Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse One here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's hopefully going to be a good show tonight. We're going to be talking about what you should be doing now before S.H.T.F happens. So what should you be getting ready, what you should be doing, and those type of things. We're going to jump into that in just a moment. I did want to say at the beginning of the show here, again, this is a very family-friendly oriented show. So please be respectful in the comments. Please be respectful to each other. No racism or anything like that. It will not be tolerated. If you do it, my moderators will boot you out. Okay, so just to be clear, and I have about 5 moderators that watch my chat very closely, and they do an awesome job. And just want to thank my moderators ahead of time here because I do appreciate what they do. It makes a difference. It makes it a much better show when you have people watching out. So thank you guys for doing that. The second thing is when I'm done talking, if you have a question, if you put it in all cap lock so it stands out for me, that is definitely the best way to do it. Okay. So just before we jump into this topic, I did want to mention a couple things, and I wanted to show you guys a couple things. So I got a couple packages in the mail at the P.O. box, and I wanted to show you this. The first one came from Stacy, and what she said, or Tracy, I'm sorry. First one's from Tracy. I'm not going to say last names, obviously, but what she sent was a camera here, okay? And she said, thought the chickens needed their own channel or live stream in low-key security. Place the camera in the windowsill of the coop and download the app from Tracy. And
that's all I can say with the chickens. I went to go lock them up, and they were all in. And then one came out, and I picked her up, put her back in there, and she was not happy that I locked her back up in there. So funny.
So she sent that with the disc as well. So
I'll be back later.
Yes, Heather will join us a little bit later. So that came from Tracy. So thank you very much, Tracy. We will definitely get some video of the chickens, and I will upload that at some point. Now, the second thing that I got was from Maggie, and she thought she was getting a Celtic flag, but actually what she got was this here. This is the flag. I'm going to start over here so you can kind of see the whole thing. This is the flag of Sri Lanka. So I think that's very, very cool. There are a bunch of flags right now, guys, that I do not have up. I'll be honest with you. I have to get more polls, and I haven't done that this year. I've been doing a lot of other things. So I do have a bunch of flags up. So, well, first of all, I just would like to thank Maggie for that flag, okay? So I like to try to make sure I acknowledge you guys when you guys send stuff. It's very, very much appreciated, okay? And that's cool. I did not have a Sri Lankan flag, so I think that's really, really neat. Okay, so let's get into the topic now that we've 3 minutes into me being online. Okay, so what should you be doing right now to get ready for S.H.T.F? And see, here's the thing, guys, and I wanted to just kind of point this out ahead of time. With everything that's been going on, not just in the United States, but around the world, with the weather, with the craziness, with the volcanoes, with the earthquakes and stuff like that, and all those different types of things, the crazy weather patterns with the flooding, excessive heat, torrential rains, record-breaking rains, record drought in other places. It affects everything, okay? And yes, somebody says thumbs up before Ed says it. Hey, Stace. Yeah, so guys, if you haven't yet, if you could shoot me a thumbs up, I definitely would appreciate that. So, but anyway, so with all these different things going on, things are looking more and more dire, okay? It looks like there's going to be at some point that something is going to be the jumping off point. So the first thing that I would suggest, and we're going to get into food and water and all that type of stuff, but we're going to start with something different than food and water. Any kind of nagging medical stuff that you need to take care of. If you have a hernia, if you have something nagging that you needed to get taken care of medically, if you need that knee surgery, if you need to have, some corrective eye surgery, any of those type of things, I would highly, highly recommend that you do that now. Now, for somebody like myself who wears glasses, getting an extra pair of glasses. I mean, you can go to the glasses place and get a brand new pair of glasses, and generally you can get a second pair for, very cheap. So again, that's something else that I would definitely highly suggest, because once we get to that point and something happens, you're going to have what you have. Now, I have a lot of old glasses that I've had from the past. My eyes have not changed as far as correctiveness in probably 20 years. So I'm very, very fortunate in that aspect. The only difference that I've noticed as I've gotten older is if I'm reading something up close, I always have to take my glasses off. So having those extra corrective lenses, if you wear glasses, is a good thing. The other thing that I would definitely say take care of right now, your teeth. If you have any kind of issues with your teeth, make sure that you're getting your teeth taken care of now. Get those fillings done. If you have something that needs to be pulled, I would rather have you have it pulled now than have to do it later with a pair of pliers and some alcohol or something like that. So, no, I don't need readers. I can actually see fine up close. What it is, though, if my glasses are for distance, so up close I can see perfectly fine. So a lot of times, if I'm looking at something, I got to take my glasses off so I can actually see it and read it. So that's my thing. And there's Lisa Hoffner just said the third thing I was going to mention to start out with: get in shape, get physically ready, because when something happens, when that time comes, our physical activity is going to go off the charts. So the more physically you're ready for that type of a situation, the better off you're going to be. So, what's a great way of exercising? Walking is a really good way of exercising. Swimming, if you're heavy, and you need to do that, definitely swimming would be a great thing. Riding a bicycle. Those are probably going to be your least impactful on your knees and your joints and stuff like that. Swimming is the best exercise that you can do. So if you have access to a pool, I would definitely suggest round is a shape. Yeah, exactly. And I'm right there with you guys. I mean, I still need to lose weight, and I'm working on it. I'm trying to eat better and stuff like that. So that's the first step of it. But exercise is definitely a key factor in that. So those are things: taking care of yourself physically, taking care of any kind of medical needs, taking care of any kind of dental needs, making sure you have those glasses, okay? So, those are the first things that you should definitely be taking care of. After you get past that point, now we're going to have to look at all the other things that you need to be taking care of. If you don't have a bug out location, trying to figure out where you're planning on going, if you plan on bugging out, if you have to bug out. Now, maybe you plan on bugging in, but maybe circumstances will force you to bug out. Have some kind of plan where okay, I'm definitely planning, I'm going to go here, there, or the other place. Have some different options, because maybe one way, like I said, again, maybe you plan on going south, but you can't go south because of whatever circumstances, okay? So, again, look at those type of figure out different places that you would go if you had to bug out. Again, making sure you have a bug out bag in your vehicle, I think, is very, very important. Keep it updated. Make sure that you have supplies ready to go in that vehicle if that situation happens. Making sure that you have ways to purify water. I can't emphasize that enough. Water is going to be available depending especially on what part of the country you're in. But for most of us, especially in the Northeast, water is going to be readily available all over the place, okay? So pure drinking water is not going to be. So having a way to purify that water is going to be really hugely, hugely important at that point. So Sawyer straws, mini Sawyers, your Berkey, backup filters, having your tablets that you can put in to help purify the water, all those different things, bleach, pool shock, all those different things. Have those things that you can use to help purify that water, because I'm telling you right now, the worst way to die and the most stupid way to die is through dysentery after an event because you drank tainted water, okay? Another thing, obviously, would be food, okay? I've been hammering you guys on food for quite a while, as you know that. Making sure that you have enough food is going to be a really, really important thing. So food is going to be a huge, huge thing. Again, what food should I get, Ed? What should I get? Okay, you're going to get your MREs. You're going to get your freeze-dried foods. You're going to get your canned goods. You're going to get your dry goods. You're going to get your honeys, okay? You're going to get all the different things, rice, beans, wheat, corn, all those different things like that. Make sure you have the packets for the yeast so that you can make that, make your own bread. There's a lot of it that goes into it. Yeah, and if you have animals, and if you want to have animals and try to keep them after an event, get your chickens. Make sure you got your chickens. Make sure you got enough feed that you can last a good long time if you have to, feeding them that feed. So, hey, Mountain Girl, get physically and mentally ready. Exactly. That's very important. Mentally is probably actually more important, guys, than physically, believe it or not. And thank you very much, Mountain Girl, for that donation. Being mentally prepared is going to be, you could be in the best shape in your life, but if you are not mentally ready for what is going to happen and be able to deal with that situation, people are going to give up. People are going to crash and burn. And I don't care how well a shape you're in. If you are not ready mentally and prepared yourself that way to realize the horrors and the tragedy that will come with an S.H.T.F event, nobody's going to be unscathed, guys. If you think, okay, I have my group, I got 25 people in my group, we're going to be fine and nothing's going to touch us. That's a fantasy, okay? That is an absolute fantasy. People in your group are going to die. That's going to happen, okay? There's going to be accidents that happen. Somebody may get shot. Somebody may get sick with some kind of disease that before an event it was very treatable. After an event, it's not. So again, those things are going to happen. So nobody is going to be unaffected. Okay, so remember that. Making sure that in a post-event you have enough supplies to keep a clean environment, not only for your own physical self, soaps and shampoos and those type of things, and being able to brush your teeth and all those type of things. Also making sure that you have other cleaning supplies so you can clean the living conditions, because now, okay, so my place is not a huge place. So there's 3 of us that live here full time. Well, let's say a S.H.T.F event happens. Now I have 15 people trying to live in a space where previously 3 people were living. You're going to get clustered. People are going to get sick. It's going to happen. Okay. So exactly. Somebody just said, Lysol, all those different types of things, again, those are things, the wipes, alcohol wipes and all those type of things are going to be really, really important to have. Make sure you're doing proper hand washing before you're handling food. That's another thing that's going to make a big difference, okay? There's so many things that go into it, but what I would be doing is I'd be putting things in place right now. And if you haven't, and it's kind of feeds into my list things that I was talking about earlier, doing that inventory. In my earlier video today, doing your inventory, figuring out what you have, what you're going to need to have, okay? Once you have that list, and then you can say, wow, man, I only have so much of this, or I only have so much of that. I need to add to that. Like right now, okay, I have my 2 filters that are in my Berkey water filter. I have 2 backup filters. I actually would like to add at least 4 more filters before anything ever happens. Now, is that going to be able to happen right now? No. But it's definitely something that's on my mind. If I get some extra money, I'm definitely going to go ahead and order 2 more. Give me that 2 more backups. So those are things that I think about all the time, okay? Now here's something silly that a lot of people don't think about. I have a lot of this, okay? Calamine lotion, okay? You're going to be spending a lot more time out in the woods. You're going to be spending a lot more time out in nature, so you're going to get bit by bugs. You're going to get poison ivy. You're going to get poison oak. Now, you may not even know that you're allergic to poison ivy or poison oak because maybe you've never been in the woods. But boy, I'll tell you what, once you get out there, you're going to find out real quick if you are. I get poison ivy all the time. I mean, this time of year, I'm always fighting poison ivy. Like right now, I got one little spot on this finger here, and I got a little spot on my arm right here. But as soon as I feel it, and I know what it is, rubbing alcohol a couple times a day, and calamine lotion to stop that itching. And it usually takes care of it pretty quickly. So, again, making sure you have enough medical supplies. That's should be a huge thing on your list is medical supplies. Because, like, again, I've talked about this a lot, guys. And the biggest thing that I want you to take away from anything is when S.H.T.F happens, you're going to have what you have. The time to go to the store and get more stuff is gone. It's done. Because stores are going to be looted very, very quickly. Okay? Very quickly. So those are things you really need to think about. how fast things are going to be gone. And so if you have stuff on hand already, that's going to give you such an advantage. It's going to be a good thing. Yeah, the 4 horsemen. Yeah, exactly. The 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. Exactly. Hey, Prepper Nick. I can't make it to. My dog has a bad hip issues last 2 months. I want to donate for Eddie and Abel. Maybe next year I can make it. Going through a lot at this time. Hold on a second. I got to go back, guys, and finish reading that comment. Maybe can make it next year. I can't make it. I'm going through a lot this time of year as well. We're all in this together, everyone. Yeah, thank you very much, Preppernick, for it, and thank you. And I'm sorry to hear about your dog. It's never fun. Animals, I'm telling you what, as you guys know, I love my animals. We have 2 dogs, 8 cats, and 11 chickens, and they are our children. They really, truly are. So thank you very much, Dude, for that donation. I appreciate that. But again, animals are like our children, so we need to prep for our animals as well. So a lot of people don't think about that. And so I want you guys to also think about that. So, and the other thing is, guys, what I would suggest to anybody, and somebody made a comment about not having cash after S.H.T.F happens. The other thing I would definitely recommend for anybody, even right now, let's say there was a bank collapse, okay, or the economy collapse and stuff like that, and they're limiting the access of money that you can get out of your bank. I would highly, highly recommend, and I'm not talking about thousands upon thousands of dollars, but if you can do it, have some money put away, cash on hand that you have access to, that you could be able to use in the event that you weren't able to get to the bank to get money out. I think that's really important as well, because, it could be a gradual collapse or it could be a wham. I have a tendency to believe that when it happens, it'll be a wham, to be honest with you. That's my guess. And you may still have a window to be able to do something. Guys, if you haven't yet, if you could shoot me a thumbs up, I definitely would appreciate it. Lisa just said silver as well. Yeah, I'm absolutely a big believer in having silver. As you guys know, actually, I showed you guys this last time. One of the recent times. I had gone about 2 weeks ago to the flea market, and when I went to the flea market, I always try to pick up, if I can, this is a 1964, okay? So 1964 or older quarter is going to be 90% silver. So I had gone and I picked up 6 more quarters, all right? And I got these for $3.25 a piece. Again, silver will still retain value even after S.H.T.F happens. Having it in small denominations like this is going to be very tradable. Dimes, another good thing to have. Even 50-cent pieces in dollars, silver dollars, if you can do that as well. I like to have some. I don't have a ton, to be honest with you. I do have some. And like I said, as I can, I like to add to it. And that's what we had done a couple weeks ago. I picked up 6 quarters. It cost me $19.50, I believe, is what I paid for the 6 quarters. So, again, hey, L. Gibson, canned food shortages starting in many places. Must keep clear heads. Folks that haven't thought about prepping are going to freak. Staying calm is very important. You know what? And thank you very much for the donation, too, and great advice. Remaining calm through whatever happens is going to be so important. Again, that's part of mentally preparing yourself. Again, somebody said I like American and Silver Eagles. I have some of those too, Law and Order. I think they're great to have. When something happens, that initial thing is going to be good for everybody, honestly. And I'm not kidding you. I mean, if you've ever been in a situation where something happens, the first initial reaction is pure and complete panic. But what you have to do is you have to fight through that, and you have to keep a clear head. You have to stay calm. If you're prepared for this, you've gone over it mentally, you have a game plan in place, and that's why it's really important, again, to have that game plan in place. You just basically then go through the motions. Do you have to drain rain barrels in the wintertime? Gene, I just have the one 550-gallon tank that I use, And I don't have to drain that in the winter. It freezes solid. I'm not going to lie. It absolutely freezes solid in the winter, but it does not break. I have had it up here since the first year we got up here. And I got to tell you a quick story too, guys. So I went and got spray paint because it was a white container, okay? And I spray painted. It took me 3 cans of spray paint, which I got. I believe I paid $1 a piece for these spray cans. I think it was 99 cents. I got it at Walmart. So it took me 3 cans to spray the entire container for my water storage unit, 550-gallon tank. You're gonna love this story. So when I did that, I had a tremendous amount of people saying to me, "That's not gonna last. It's not any good. That's gonna peel off in no time at all. You know, you wasted your money." So my reply at that time was, it cost me 99 cents for a can. If I had to redo it every year, that's $3 a year. Well, here we are, starting our 5th year here at the homestead. That started in June. I have not had to repaint it yet. I've had a couple of little spots that I could probably touch up, but for the most part, it's been absolutely awesome. So here's the best part. I still have, because I bought a whole bunch because I didn't know how many I was going to need. I think I bought 30 cans of that spray paint. So I still have 27 cans of that spray paint available for me if I need it. So that's kind of funny. I thought that's pretty hilarious. But again, get that spray paint those, make sure, because once you don't get that light coming through there, you're not going to get that algae buildup. When I take the cap off of there, that water's still very, very clear. So it works out great. So again, one of those things where people are going to assume something, but you know what, you learn from experience. And again, for me, it was so cheap to buy the spray paint. It was not a big deal if it peeled off in a year. So, but yeah, it worked out. It worked out great. I don't know if it was latex or not. It was just regular black spray paint. So, you know. So Cricket Girl just said, when a hurricane is coming, people freak out. They empty the stores and complain how the stores are empty, yet every year they do the same thing. Guess they never learn. You know what? And that's a great example. Cricket Girl's given a great example. And here's the one thing that she did not say that happens all the time too. People buy all these supplies, and then when a hurricane goes through, they take the stuff back to the store to get their money back. Happens every time. Happens all the time. And it's amazing to me, especially if you live in an area that's prone to hurricanes, for say, if you live in Florida, anywhere in Florida, why would you not have that stuff? Keep it on hand. Basically have that plywood ready, that if you have to use it, that it's ready to go. You put it up, you zing, zing, zing. Everything is ready to go. But people don't do that. You know, sandbags, exactly. You know, it's just so many different things, and it's easy to do, and it doesn't take up a lot of space, but they don't do it. You know, it absolutely amazing to me how that happens. Absolutely amazing. They are fools. Yeah, Cricket Girl said. Yeah, they are fools. Exactly. And think about the number of people out there that do that all the time. People that are not prepared for what is coming. They have no thought process to think about beyond tomorrow. There are people that go out there and they shop week to week, guys. Okay? Week to week or day to day even. So, yeah, plexiglass works better, JJ just said. You're right. But I mean, I was using plywood as an example because you see that all the time. But yeah, if you can afford to do it and get that plexiglass, it's a one-time purchase and you never have to do it again for your windows. And it's a good investment and it's going to save your home. Why not do it? You know, and the plexiglass is better because if you're staying in your home, you can watch outside and see what's going on. Have I heard from LPL lately? Hope she's doing better. Actually, I haven't talked to her in a few days. There's been today I know was at least one of the funerals was today for the kids that died in that accident. And I know that, you know, like I said, she knew like several of the kids personally. So I just kind of I've said hi to her, but I haven't heard anything back because I know she's going through a lot of stuff right now. So she did put a post yesterday. I think she put it up saying that she would be making videos again on Thursday. So very unfortunate situation. You know, here's the thing that's sad with that whole situation. You know, you have 4 kids passed away. You had one girl she's already back home now. So she's got to live with the fact, and I was mistaken before, and I wanted to clarify this. She was not the front seat passenger. She was a backseat passenger that had her seatbelt on. And she was the only one that survived. And she was not the one that stole the car from the grandmother. So She was along for the joyride, so she was equally as guilty as anybody else. But, the survivor's guilt that young lady's going to have is going to be a hard thing. And so my thoughts always go, like with that, my thoughts are always going to the family. It's a tremendous tragedy, and it happens way too often. It continues to happen. And, so I haven't heard from her, but, she will be fine. She'll be back. She said, tomorrow she'll be making videos tomorrow. And I think she's going to be doing her live stream on Friday. So I'm sure I'll hear from her. I just know that it's been a crazy time for her right now. And I just wanted to kind of give her some space to deal with that situation. And, but here, the sad thing is, have I ever made bread? Yes, I actually have, Pat. I have made bread in the past. I need to get redoing it again because it's been a while. But anyway, what happens a lot of times with these families, once the grief part goes by, then they get angry and they're looking to blame somebody else. Anybody else except for themselves or their child. They're looking to place blame on anybody else. And that's really sad to me because it's an unfortunate thing that happened. All parties were guilty because they decided to do it together. The girl that was driving, from what I heard through the grapevine, that there was a Snapchat post 10 minutes before they died where they had posted that they were doing 120 miles an hour. So, again, young, stupid, not experienced, unfortunate, and it was 4:30 in the morning when the accident occurred. I thought it was 3, but it was actually 4:30. So, very, very sad situation. But, that's unfortunately, it does happen. But, yeah, kids, I'm going to tell you what, I took a lot of stupid chances when I was a kid, and it's unfortunate. Sandbags are great for putting between double glass windows, especially, well, hold on a second. Especially if border metal drilled or welded against a nuclear blast and gamma rays. Very good. Thank you for that comment, Preppernick, and keep saying it wrong, Preppernick. And thank you for that donation. I appreciate that. But yeah, it's just, sandbags are a real good thing to have too. Yeah, I know it was, made the news. Kevin, he said it's terrible. It made the news here in Massachusetts. It made the news in a lot of places. The city of Rochester, channels 8, 10, and 13 were all down here talking to like the superintendent and stuff like that. And this, you got to understand something too, guys. This didn't happen in a big metropolis. This is a very small town where everybody knows everybody. And so, very, very, very unfortunate event that happened there. And like I said, my daughter knew one of the girls. She didn't hang out with her, but she knew her, and the girl that was driving the car. And like I said, it's just it's a sad thing. It's a very, very sad thing. And now those kids, like the kids got to deal with that. In the school, their friends are gone and stuff like that. And then the girl that lived, she's going to have that with her for the rest of her life. So that's a very, very sad thing. Like I said, if I had a chance, if it was me, and I had a chance to sit down with that girl, what I would say to her is, there was a reason that you were picked to survive this. You have something in your life that you have to do that's very, very important. And the legacy that you can leave in for those kids is to be that successful person, to get your life on a good track, be successful. Hey, Brian, keep a portable camping kit in the car at all times. That's really good advice, Brian. Really, really good advice. And, and that's another thing, if you have that, if you can have that propane, camping kit, that's a good thing to have too, especially if the power's out and you need to, to be able to cook. That's a good way of doing it as well, without making a big smoke and fire and all that type of stuff. Cooking with propane is you're not going to have any smoke with that. So, it's a good way to do it as well. But and thank you for that donation too. I appreciate that. But yeah, it's just having preparing. It's such a huge thing. It can be very, very overwhelming. Really, really overwhelming. And like I said, again, the advice, if you're a brand new prepper, guys, if you're on here and you've never prepped in your life and you're thinking about prepping and you're going, God, what should I do? How should I do this? First thing I would suggest to anybody, make a list. Make that list, sit down, decide, prioritize. What's important? What's the most important thing right now? So what's the most important thing that you're going to need in an S.H.T.F situation is clean drinking water, okay? Clean drinking water. So that is the most important thing you're going to need right off the bat. So make sure that that's your top priority, working on making sure you have either Life Straws, mini Sawyers, your Katadyn water filters for backpacking, or have your Berkey water filters for your home. You're going to get the tablets that they sell at any of the sporting goods stores. Those are great to have too. And I have all of those things, to be honest with you. I have all of them. And I think it's important to have. Really, really important to have. Guys, if you haven't at this point, if you could shoot me a thumbs up, I would definitely appreciate that. We're about halfway through this already. I can't believe how fast this freaking time goes when we do these talks. But if you haven't shot me that thumbs up yet, I would appreciate it. So before we go any further, I want to mention really, really quickly, obviously, a couple of things. I want to mention the prepper get-together we're having in August, okay? That's going to be August 17th. It's going to be at Letchworth, Letchworth, Letchworth State Park. That's going to be in New York, and it's going to be at Eddie's Pavilion, and that's EDDYS Pavilion, all right? It's going to start at 9 o'clock in the morning. We have the pavilion to 10 o'clock at night. So everybody's welcome to come. The only thing that I would ask if you come is please bring a dish to pass. So I had somebody ask me earlier in a comment, well, how many people are coming? I want to know so I can know how much food to make. I honestly, guys, I think we're going to have a really big turnout. I don't expect you to bring a dish to feed 100 people, okay? I'm not expecting anybody to do that. But if you want to bring a dish to pass that could feed 15 to 20 people, that would be fantastic and very much appreciated because, like I said, this way we'll have a lot of other things. I'm going to be providing hot dogs and hamburgers, ketchup and mustard, obviously, with that, and the hot dog rolls and hamburger rolls. So, a little prepper lady said she was going to bring paper products. She said she's also going to bring pop. So, so we'll have those things covered. And I'm picking up charcoal and aluminum foil and ice and that type of stuff as well. So if you want to bring ice and extra coolers and stuff, if you want to anything to drink alcoholic beverage wise, please bring your own booze. That's fine. Again, it's just if you want to bring, like, say you don't want a hamburger or hot dog and you want to bring chicken to grill up, you're more than welcome to. We got 3 grills we're going to have going. Okay. That's part of the pavilion. So it's going to be a lot of fun. That's going to be happening on August 17th. Again, looking forward to it. Also, just so everybody knows, somebody will be here at the homestead the entire time. So nobody's going to be, I don't want anybody nefarious thinking, oh, well, I know where he's going to be. I'm going to go and steal his stuff. Somebody will be here guarding the homestead, just to put it out there. The other thing I wanted to mention, we have the sale going on my website right now, preppernurse1.com. It's 20% off of everything, from legacy foods to coffee mugs, T-shirts, and bumper stickers. If you're interested in any of those, if you're looking to add to your freeze-dried food storage, it's a great advantage to take care of. So take advantage of that now. That sale is ending on Sunday, okay? So just so you know, it's 20% off of everything. Let's see, what else did I want to mention? Oh, yes, I wanted to mention the Prepper Nurse One community. We have that as well on the website, preppernurse1.com. It's very private. If you are interested looking to hook up with like-minded people, looking to form a group, or just looking for somebody to go in there and talk to with like-minded people, we got a lot of message boards on there, a lot of good information. You have to register, but again, it's very private, so somebody can't just come in and see what you're doing. So that's what we have there as well, and it's totally free. It does not cost anything. We did that for you guys, okay? And so the last thing I wanted to mention, Heather has her own website now. So if you would go over to her website, and I'm going to put the link when this video is done, I'll put the link in the description for her website, but it is Hanging with Heather, okay, or Hanging Out with Heather, I'm sorry. No space in between, so Hanging Out with Heather. And she just started her channel, guys, and if you would go over and show her some love, I would definitely appreciate that. She's a good kid. She's going to be talking about her experiences leading up through her senior year of high school and the searching for a college, the highs and lows of all that. I think she just did a video talking about taking AP courses. She just put that up today. So it's going to be more geared for younger people. Obviously, she's going to be sharing her college experience because she will be living on campus. So it should be a lot of fun. And like I said, just give her some support and please be decent. Okay, so that's all I would ask on that. Anyway, so yep, Hanging Out. It's Hanging, hanging out with Heather. So you just got to have the ing on the hanging there, Cricket Girl. So that's get all that business taken care of, and now we can go back to if it comes down to it, it's not about being able to use your silver for food, but you can turn them into bullets. Yeah, you absolutely can, Jessica. You absolutely could at that point if you had to, and that's if you can have it set up so that you can redo your empty shells. That's a really good thing to have. It's a really important thing. Joey says, how many pigs am I getting? I'm not getting any for the cookout, but I do plan on eventually getting a pig every spring, raising it up, and then butchering it in the fall. And yeah, silver bullets for werewolves. Exactly, Robert. That's funny. Yep. So, but I do plan on getting pigs down the road. Once we get things going more, then I definitely do want to do that. No ing. Oh, so hanging with, okay, you just checked out her channel? I'll have to look on here. Hold on a second. I can tell you, I can do it real quick on here, and I can tell you exactly what it says. Okay, it's HANG, hang out with Heather. Sorry, my bad. There is not an ing on there. You guys are right. I apologize. So, yes, that's what she has on there. Do I plan on getting pigs for bacon? I plan on getting pigs for bacon, ham, you name it, everything that goes with it. I love eating pig. So yeah, I definitely plan on doing that. I would like to not get a pig until I have something underground so that I can do cold storage, a freezer underground without using any kind of electricity, which I do plan on doing. That is definitely on the list. So. Do I have 5.56 millimeters? I'm not really going to get into what I have, Richard, but I think it's important. You can place an order online order for food at the Dansville Tops Market. Yeah, I wouldn't buy Tops. Their prices is way overpriced, guys. That's my opinion. It's better if you want to go to Aldi's, Save a Lot. Those type of places. You're going to get better prices. So. Do I need more running room for the chickens? You know what? I'd like to, but right now the area that they have is what they have. I would like to make a chicken tractor, like maybe for next year for them, so that I can put them in that and move them around during the day, and then get them back to the coop at night. I've thought about that as well. So or I can just move the fencing like next year. Change it up and put it in a different spot. So again, but. It just really all depends. 2 pigs will compete for food, reach a butcher's weight much quicker. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. Oh, maybe I'll do it that way. I don't know. We'll have to see when that time comes. Laying hens require 10 square foot per hen. Okay. My hens are doing great, guys. I have absolutely no problems. My mature hens are laying. I get 3 to 4 eggs a day from my mature hens. Today we got 3 from the mature hens, 1 from the younger hens. They just started laying, and so the eggs are like this big. And actually, Heather and I just today, I hard-boiled a dozen of the bigger eggs, and we had 7 so far of the small eggs, and we hard-boiled the small eggs. And actually, I already just ate one of the hard-boiled small eggs, and it was freaking delicious, to be honest with you. So we definitely, we eat the eggs. How are our flea collars working, and what brand? We got the Sorrelto flea collars, and they're good for 8 months, and they actually work really, really well. We actually just recently bombed the house as well, just to get rid of anything else that was in the house. So, Mama Bear just said, never disclose anything about food storage and weapons. Yeah, like I said, I don't talk about weapons on my channel. I think that anybody, there's no reason for me to stand here with a gun and say, look at how impressive and cool I am. I don't think that that's necessary. I think that it's definitely necessary to have weapons to be able to protect yourself when the time comes, and just to be able to do that. I think that that's very, very important. My rule of thumb, which I would say to anybody, and I think I've said this on video before, If you have weapons, for each weapon that you have, my recommendation is minimum, notice how I say minimum of 2,000 rounds per weapon. That is my recommendation. If you want more than that, then you get more than that. But it's on an individual basis. You can do whatever you want. 22 ammo is extremely cheap. And, you know, the more the merrier when it comes to that as far as I'm concerned. So if you have 6,000 or 8,000 rounds of 22 ammo, I don't think that's excessive. I really, truly don't. So, again, it's all based on your individual thoughts, what you want to do. But, again, my recommendation, whatever many weapons you have, it's minimum of 2,000 rounds per weapon. That's the way I would go. So, yeah, I have a shirt on, Donna. I wear a shirt when I do my show. If I'm outside and I'm working and it's hot, I definitely do not wear a shirt. That's just the way I've always done it. If I'm sweating, I don't have a shirt on. So we like to order bulk from ammo and they ship fast. Cricket Girl says that. Well, I wish they would do that in New York, but they don't ship to New York anymore. So we have to try to get our ammo as we can, or I go out of state. You know, I can buy ammo in state, obviously, but like if you here's you're gonna love this one. So let's say you decide you're going to go to your local Walmart and get some ammo, right? 3 boxes. That's what we can get here. You can go in and you can buy 3 boxes of ammo. That's how they do it here in New York. Now, you can go to a gun store, you get whatever you want, obviously. But, you know, it's, again, it's just the way it is. And we have to, New Jersey just made a 30-day waiting period, I read. That's nuts. You know what? All these restrictive laws that they continue to put in place. Think about your most crime-ridden areas like Chicago. We're going to just use Chicago and New York City. Chicago and New York City has the strictest gun laws in the country, okay? Like, you're not allowed to have a gun on the island. And the island is New York City there, okay? You are not allowed, if you have your pistol permit, you are not allowed to carry on the island, okay? It's just the way that they do it. So, again, where's the highest crime rates? Chicago and New York City. And how are they killing each other? They're killing each other with guns. So they're getting them from someplace. They're always going to get guns. Criminals are always going to get guns. So all these draconian laws that they're putting into place, all that affects is law-abiding gun owners, and that's the only person that it affects. Kevin H. said, I do not leave home without a pistol ever. I don't blame you. I do not blame you at all. I think it's a very smart thing to do. You never know when a situation's going to happen where you may be forced to do something. So I think it's a very smart thing to do. Very, very smart. Let's see. I love Chicago, just hate the politics, Robert just said. Yeah, I don't blame you. I do not blame you at all. And here comes Miss Heather. You're stopping in to make an appearance?
Yeah, puppies aren't coming right now.
They're outside?
Yeah, they're not coming.
You put them both out at once?
It's light out.
Oh, is it? You want me to go get them?
No. So we can get them afterwards.
Okay. All right.
I'm not in focus right now.
You're not in focus? Because the camera's like focused on here. So
I know.
we'd have to.
So hello, everybody.
So we were just talking about you and your new channel.
Your son is single?
Hey, now.
Send me a picture of him.
No. So, hang out with Heather once again. This is her new channel. So please go over and show her some love. Yeah. She's a good kid.
Mm-hmm. It's in the description of past 2 videos he's made. So,
am I active for the Second Amendment there? Yes, I am. I'm absolutely a firm believer in the Second Amendment. I think we have a right to protect ourselves, to be able to defend ourselves against any enemy, foreign or domestic. And that includes a tyrannical government. So, yeah, I'm a very, very strong believer in the Second Amendment. So, if you haven't shot that thumbs up yet, please do so. See, we're at 306 thumbs up at the moment. So if you could shoot us a thumbs up, that would be awesome. Oh, Chris just said he subbed your site.
Thank you.
So we got to get her up there, get her going. I think she's going to have a great channel. I think she's going to make, hopefully, and what does she want to do? Wow, what a shock. She wants to help younger people that are going through the same experiences that she's gone through. So that's awesome. My state government, yeah, they're...
Thank you, Lori.
Checking out Heather's channel with your approval. Absolutely. Yep. No problem. And thank you for the donation, Prepper Nick. Thank you very much.
The name of my channel is Hang Out with Heather, one word. And it should also be in the link should be in the videos of his past 2 channels.
It's on the past 2 channels, videos, right, yeah. And then it'll also be in the description below when this video goes up. Once this goes up, I'll have the link in here as well. She is a good kid. She is awesome. And Eddie's awesome as well. Actually, Eddie is with his mom. He's going to go spend a couple days at Mom's.
I would have gone, but she hurt her foot, and Eddie's more low maintenance. So
yes, Heather's high maintenance. Take me here. Take me there. I want to do this. I want to do that. She's not that bad, but she just...
no.
Yeah, no ing, Pat. I'm sorry. It's hang. H-A-N-G. Hang out with Heather. So
I don't need any watercolor paper. I have a ton. I'm like a sketchbook hoarder, so
that's funny.
Oh, thank you, Whitetail7. You would not even believe how many people send me their old clothes because I'm small.
Which is good though. That's not bad.
I will be having a prepper bag or a bug out bag.
Yep, absolutely.
Per his request.
That I won't subscribe because I feel it's inappropriate. Well, that's your call, Schmitty. As long you could sub, as long as you don't say anything disrespectful, then I don't see it as a problem. That's the way I feel about that.
Another person's son who is single.
Look at that, trying to hook up.
Yeah.
And after a while of sustaining in S.H.T.F, would you be willing to start your own town or colony? Very good question, K.Y. Gibson. Absolutely, you're going to have to. I mean, I think a lot of people lose sight of the fact that when an event happens, and let's say you get through that first year, and now that first year is over with, you get through that first year, now you got to rebuild. So it doesn't happen all on Edsville. Yeah, I like that. It's funny, Robert just said that. But you have to restart. So civilization has to keep going. So you're going to have to, yeah, absolutely. I think that, again, you've got to have rules. You got to have law and order. You need to have consequences for actions. And, and if things... Heather, you can build your bike up to be a prepper bike. Oh, well, that's basically why I bought her the bicycle for school. Yeah, was so that she can bug out if she needs to.
And I am a small in clothes, and I think I wear like a size 4 or something, like a 2 or a 4 in jeans. So.
Don, you see what Don just said? Good luck in the new school, Heather.
Yes, thank you. And thank you for everyone who's put nice comments on my videos. I'm getting around to replying to all of them. I think I've already replied to 50.
Okay.
But a ton. Cool. So.
Well, you just do the best you can.
Yeah.
Deborah just said, I just found a Coleman stove. I'm happy. That's good. Like I said, I'll tell you what, anytime you guys can go out and you can find deals, like I say, garage sales, estate sales, flea markets, those type of things, comments deleted instantly, Mr. Rose is saying. I see your comment right there, Mr. Rose, so I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, thrift stores are another great place. There's a lot of places, guys, that you can go and, are you going to do some prepping videos for college students to promote prepping in school?
I don't know.
It'll be up to you. She'll take her channel where she's going to end up taking it, So, but yeah, so she's going to have fun. It's going to be an interesting experience for her. It's going to be an interesting experience for me because I've kind of used to having her around the house.
Yeah. If you want to bring me clothes, Kat, it's up to you. I'm happy taking them. Even if they don't fit, I can alter them. I sew and stuff, so thank you for the consideration.
Comments disappear when you type in caps. I'm not seeing that, Terrence. I'm seeing them all right here. So
I won't have any weapons because I don't want to be kicked out of the dorms. You're not allowed to have weapons, like knives or anything.
She can have a stash off campus someplace where she can grab something that she's going to need at that point.
Yeah, but I kind of want to stay in the dorms.
Right.
So I'm not going to violate anything there.
All the more reason to have one, Kevin just said. Well, pepper spray. She's probably allowed to have pepper spray. I imagine she will be. I'll probably pick her some of that up before she starts school.
Oh, thank you, the Living Sweetly Journey. I appreciate that.
I didn't see that.
Okay, Heather, I will send you some gift cards.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. Rent a small storage cube. Yeah, we may do something like that. But again, what's the access going to be able to be to that at that point? If I have a stash, something buried off campus for her, then I'm doing some very in-depth maintenance and repair videos on the Coleman white gas stoves and lanterns very soon. Oh, very cool. So Mike on his channel, The Watchman News, is going to be doing some review videos and showing maintenance on how to do Coleman stoves and the lanterns and stuff like that. So definitely get over there. If you haven't too, that's another channel you need to go over there and subscribe to, is The Watchman News.
Mountain Griller Funny, Pepper Spray, very sketchy characters right in the Wally World parking lot. There are some characters.
There definitely are, yes.
Sometimes I see people and I'm like, did you not look in the mirror before you went out? I don't know. It's like you go into Walmart and there's like no laws anymore. People just don't care.
Oh, MBG said if you type in a long comment, it will disappear. I know from experience. Okay, I did not know that. I do like to have people do the cap locks because it just stands out to me.
I do know my roommates online. I haven't met them in real life, but I have 3 roommates, so all girls, obviously.
Bear spray on Amazon. Okay, very cool. Yeah, we're gonna get her. We're gonna definitely get her something that she can put on a keychain.
I have taken a couple of self-defense classes.
I'm getting carried away. What am I getting carried away on? I don't know what she means. Yeah, Heather's taken some self-defense courses with the school and stuff like that, and I've taught her some fun things as well.
I just said that.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear you say that. It was like reading comments. When Walmart says the limit is to allow everyone to get their ammo. Okay, whatever. But if you had to, if you wanted to do it that way, if I'm there and I feel like picking up a couple things, that's what I usually do. I usually use Walmart more for like 22 ammo, that type of thing. That's what I use them for. I worked there with Walmart. It all started its lies. Yeah, I believe you, Mr. Rose. It's all games. It's all games.
They probably do not allow tasers.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah. No, but I'll have pepper spray and,
a bike repair kit for your bike. Yep, she'll have that. Actually, it's funny to see Dad on Harley going like Terminator to rescue Heather. We have talked about that, to be honest with you. And I've told Heather, if something happens, she needs to get home. I will not be going to get her. As much as every fiber in my being is going to want to jump in that car and go get her, I'm not going to. So that is, we've talked about that, and it's for a lot of reasons.
Jackie Chan.
There you go. Look up monkey fist on the internet. Are very good for self-defense. Okay, I definitely will. I'll definitely check that out.
I don't know if I need a motor on my bike. It's good exercise. I do intend on working out on campus, so.
Yep. Yeah, they got access to like pools and gyms and basketball courts and every freaking thing you can think of. It's really, really good. Join boxing. That somebody just Southern Prepper or South Texas Prepper just said that. For self-defense.
Well, I'm going to be joining curling.
Yeah, she already decided she's going to do curling. Bar of soap and a tube sock works great. Yeah, that'll do it too.
I don't think any of you will get this, but it makes me think of iCarly. So if you watched iCarly at all, you would know what I'm talking about with the tube sock and the butter.
And the butter?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's an episode where Sam, the blonde one, has that.
Okay.
See? He doesn't get it.
No, I don't.
Never watched shows like that.
2 things to remember: knees to the throat, and knees and throat punch. Well, I'll tell you what. The hardest part of your body, if you want to do it, actually, use your elbows.
Yeah. Well, my self-defense guy said if someone comes up behind you, you go once, and then when they're kind of stunned, you go back again.
Yep, usually your elbows. Elbows are the best
so
things.
They always go for the solar plexus because it'll knock them out, or like knock the breath out of them. And he showed us how to get up if we're pushed to the ground and stuff, so.
Yep.
What? I wear socks.
No, iCarly, I think he's talking about. Yeah, don't punch with a closed fist. No, exactly. Actually,
yeah, you're more likely to break fingers if you go like this and it's that strong.
Yep, if you use this part of your hand or the side here, coming in that way, that would be the way to do it. Open hand slap to the ear, disorienting people. There's a lot of stuff.
I will not take him to school with me as my personal bodyguard. I would be mortified. I need space away from him.
No, she's got to go through her own stuff, but she will be fine. Thought the knees were the hardest. Nope, elbows, Terrence, elbows. All right, what do we got? Palm to the nose. Well, you don't want to try to kill somebody if you don't have to. Did you see the video release of Ronald Reagan talking to Nixon about Africans yet? I did not see that video, no.
Don't tangle with Heather.
That's right. Don't tangle with Heather. Yeah,
Watch out, man.
She might be little, but she's wiry.
Mm-hmm. Well, the guy said that. He was like, "Oh, I didn't expect you to have so much power. You're so tiny." I'm like, "Yeah, I don't know. I have strength."
Smitty said, "Yeah, but of course you always worry as a parent. Absolutely. Oh, as a parent, you never stop worrying. The day I'll stop worrying about Heather and Eddie is the day they put me in the ground, and then I'll watch out for them from above." So.
Yeah, but I was taught how to, if I'm in a chokehold, how to get out of it and stuff. How to disorient the person to get out.
Yep.
So I know a couple things.
Go for the eyes. There's a lot of different fun things you can do.
She kicked her drill sergeant down with one. Nice, old and slow. Good teacher.
Never underestimate short people. Yeah, exactly. I'm going to tell you what, some of the best fighters I ever saw were little short guys because they got a chip on their shoulder and they got something to prove.
120 pounds of pure power.
There you go. Pressure points, absolutely. Pressure points are awesome.
Don't tangle with Heather alternate channel.
There you go. She can't carry a knife on campus. There's a lot of security on campus, guys. It's very, very secure facility. So it's that part. It's awesome. It really, truly is. Practice, practice, practice. Absolutely. Peter just said that. Yep. Practical practice, especially with self-defense, is very, very important. Yep. My cousin is short, but he's strong. Nobody to mess with. Yeah, you know what? It's like I said, size is not always. It doesn't. I'm going to tell you what, the guy. You know who fights the least is the biggest guy you ever saw, because nobody messes with him because he's big. The short guys, they got something to prove, and they have an attitude because they're pissed off because they're short. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful to anybody that's short, but I've seen that over and over and over again. They're angry. And so they want to prove something. They're always looking to go for a bigger guy to prove it. Short and stocky has its advantages. Exactly, Bruno. You're right. And the thing is too, you know what? A lot of it is, guys, it's how you carry yourself. If you carry yourself in a certain manner, with your head up, your shoulders back, and you look people in the eye, people realize that you're not the one to mess with. Okay, and it's about respect. Just being respectful to everybody. I think that's really, really important. Exactly as well. Yep, exactly. Hold yourself high, Ken just said. Yep. That's important. It's a big. It's going confidently. Don't look like you're scared. You can't. Even if you are scared, don't show that fear, because people that are looking for trouble are going to feed on fear. So if they don't think you're afraid, they're going to leave you alone.
Somebody said no green tea tonight.
Oh, actually, yes. Sorry, I've been talking too much and not drinking my green tea. So yes, I actually picked one up today just because I knew I was doing the show tonight.
Yeah, we need to go and stock up on some more. I think I only have one left.
You only got one left? Well, tomorrow's Thursday. They get their shipment at Staples, or is it? Oh, Big Lots.
Yeah.
So yeah, Big Lots, you can get the
For
green
like
tea,
cents.
and it's 75 cents instead of 99. So it's a better deal. So we go get our stuff there. Well, I don't drink a lot of the Arizona. I know it's high in fruit. You know what? Everything's killing you, to be honest with you. Yeah, predators like fear. Elizabeth Cope just said that, right. And if you don't show fear, they have a tendency to leave you alone. They're looking for an easy victim, is what they're looking for. They're not looking for somebody that's willing to fight back. And if somebody fights back, they're not looking for that type of person.
Yeah, they're more put off.
Right. Yep.
I like the Arnold Palmer's half iced tea, half lemonade.
Yep, that's yours. Yep.
And if anyone was wondering about cats,
oh boy,
we have a cat right here. It's Bella.
Yep, Miss Belle.
See, she's a little tiny thing.
Yeah, she's a little petite. She's only 18 pounds, just a little small thing. Hey guys, and if you haven't at this point, if you could throw us a thumbs up here before we jump off of here, I would definitely appreciate that. Yeah, know your surroundings. That's what I always, because we live 0.2 of a mile from where the bus stop was. Sometimes Heather walked home when I didn't pick her up from the bus. I always used to tell her, situational awareness is so important. Don't have your headphones in, not paying attention. Look around, know what's around you, know who's coming up on you. Always do that, okay?
She will never be ready. We're never eating Bella. She's the love of my life.
Only if we have to.
No.
The last one that gets eaten is Buddy.
Yes.
So, but anyway, so somebody just said on here, we are Legion, which is very important because, yes, we are. I want you guys to remember, we are this big group of people out there. We are Legion because we are many. All us preppers, all us off-gridders that are preparing, that are getting ready, we're doing this constantly. This is our goal. This is what we've been driven to do.
Can I say something?
Yes, go ahead.
Somebody asked if Bella's hurt because she cries when I pick her up. She's just fat, and she likes to complain. She's 9 years old, and she's just gotten more and more vocal because she likes to complain a lot.
Yes, she does.
So she's not hurt or anything. She just is whiny and bratty.
Right. Okay, so before we jump off here, let's do this. Let's see where everybody's from tonight, because we are Legion. I know we're all over the place, around the world, and all through the States and in Canada. Let's see where everybody's from. Cleveland, Texas, North Carolina, Ontario, Oneida, New York, Oklahoma, Indiana, Michigan.
Canada.
It's going fast. Belfast, Texas, the hills. Michigan, I like the hills. Northern Colorado, Indiana, Nevada, Trenton, Georgia, San Antonio, Texas, Liberty Hills, Texas, Quebec, very cool. Tennessee,
UK.
The UK, Austin, Texas, Missouri, South Carolina, New Hampshire, Las Vegas, Maryland, Maine.
More Kentucky. A lot of Michigan.
Texas, Area 51. Calgary, Alberta, very nice. Iowa, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Ohio. Bama, nice. Alabama.
Eddie's Pavilion, New York.
Hey, you already lived there. That's awesome. Maine, Raleigh, North Carolina. Love that area. Modesto, California. Missouri. Oakdale, California. Hampton, Virginia. South Carolina. Verdando, Florida. Deployed in the Middle East. Wow, okay. Good luck, brother. Northwest Arkansas. Let's see. Cincinnati. State of confusion. I like that. Aren't we all at times? But anyway, that just shows, guys, we're all over the place. We're from everywhere. And I think when the time comes, we're really going to be the ones to make a difference. I really, truly believe that, okay? Again, remember, guys, we are all in this together. That's important to remember. What did I miss?
Me.
See, there you go. Heather put her own thing in New York. That's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, we got New Zealand there too. Very nice.
Fancy.
But we are all in this together, and that's important to remember. Also remember, guys, hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So it's so important that we all realize that and tell each other every day. This tragedy that just happened here in our small town, it really brings that home, how important it is to tell everybody every day. Also remember, guys, STD, it's one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only one that can stop you from getting there is yourself. Nobody else can stop you, okay? And if you haven't yet, guys, shoot us a thumbs up here so we can see if we can hit 400.
Tell them that you love them every day.
Tell them that you love them every day. Yep. Yeah, Lynn, you got to tell the people that you love, that you care about every day, that you love them. I'll look at the kids and I'll say, guess what? And they'll go, you love us? And I go, how did you know I was going to say that? They go, because you say it every day. And I do. I say it every day. Because if something happened to me, I want them to realize, hey, James, thank you for that donation. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I want them to know that that's the last thing that they heard from me was that I love them. Okay? Guys, thank you for the support. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us tonight.
And thank you, moderators.
Yes, and moderators are awesome, of course, as always. I did mention them in the beginning of the video. I can mention them again. Thank you, guys, for the support. Thank you for my moderators for keeping things clean. I think we had a pretty good session tonight, which is nice. So anyway, guys, I will see you all later. Have a great one. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Prepper Nurse 1 and Heather out for now.
And hang out with Heather.
Hang out with Heather. Yeah, but you're still Heather. All right. We'll see you later.